Overview of international laws for protection of women. In this module, we will go through various documents or instruments or international laws which talk about women's rights. There are a number of agreements, treaties, declarations, conventions or covenants which talk about human rights and which also state that human rights are the same for men and women and they need to be protected, and it is the responsibility of the state to ensure that all citizens are treated equally without any discrimination. The first instrument is International Bill of Human Rights. The Commission on Human Rights began drafting two human rights treaties following the adoption of the Universal Declaration. The two treaties and the declaration make up the International Bill of Human Rights, which has three components: the Universal Declaration, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. तो ये तीन चीज़ें मिलके हम देखते हैं कि एक बिल बनता है. The Universal Declaration, we have talked about it. The International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Some rights guaranteed by this covenant include the right to life, freedom from torture, freedom from slavery, the right to liberty and security of the person, rights relating to due process in criminal and legal proceedings, equality before the law, freedom of movement, freedom of thought, conscience and religion, freedom of association, rights relating to family life and children, and rights relating to citizenship and political participation, and minority groups' rights to their culture, religion and language. So you can see that they are talking about all rights and there is no discrimination between men and women, and it is said that these are the rights that all human beings should be allowed to enjoy. The third component of this bill is the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. Some rights which are guaranteed through this covenant, they include the right to work, the right to form trade unions, rights relating to marriage, maternity and child protection, the right to an adequate standard of living, the right to health, the right to education, and rights relating to culture and science. Once again, we see that in this document also, we are talking about the rights for all human beings. And once again, the tagline needs to be kept in mind: women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights too. Both covenants use the same wording to prohibit discrimination based on sex, as well as to ensure the equal rights of men and women to enjoyment of all rights contained in them. So हम ये कह रहे हैं कि बहुत से हकूक़ हैं जो इंसानों को हासिल होना चाहिए, और सबसे बड़ा हक ये कि इंसान को वो तमाम हकूक़ हासिल हों, उन तमाम हकूक़ को इस्तेमाल करने की आज़ादी हो जो कि तमाम इंसानों के लिए करार दिए गए हैं कि सबको मुयस्सर होने चाहिए. Then we come to the Declaration on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, a landmark document. The declaration was adopted by the United Nations member states in 1967. According to this declaration, discrimination against women is an offense against human dignity. यानी हम इंसान की तौहीन या इंसानियत की तौहीन कर रहे होंगे कि अगर हम इंसानों में किसी भी किस्म पर किसी भी वजह से डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करें, किसी भी किस्म की तफरीक करें, खा वो उनकी सिन्फ की वजह से हो, ज़ुबान की वजह से हो, या उनका जो भी पस मंज़र है उसकी वजह से. According to this, the states were called on to abolish existing laws, customs, regulations and practices which are discriminatory against women, and to establish adequate legal protection for equal rights of men and women. The Convention on the Rights of the Child. This is a similar document that talks about the rights of children, and we see the same approach here. Sex-based discrimination is prohibited in this convention also. Then we have the Convention on the Protection of the Rights of all migrant workers and members of their family. This one also prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The discrimination that women with disabilities are subjected to is recognized in this convention. So we see that all of these documents are talking about equal rights and the status of women that is supposed to be equal to men's. The Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, it states the state parties are required to address this issue by taking all appropriate measures to ensure the full development, advancement, and empowerment of women in the enjoyment of their human rights. The Convention on the Elimination of all forms of discrimination against women, CEDAW, a milestone document. ये एक ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट है जिसका आप अगर जेंडर स्टडीज़ के स्टूडेंट हैं तो बहुत दफ़ा आप इसका तज़किरा सुनेंगे और बहुत दफ़ा इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे और इसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और इसके इस्तेमाल के बारे में आप अक्सर गुफ्तगू में या तहकीक में लोगों पर इससे बात करते हुए देखेंगे. In 1979, the General Assembly adopted the CEDAW. Its preamble highlights that women do not enjoy equal rights with men despite the availability of other instruments. यानी गो के पहले से इतने ज़्यादा इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स या इस तरह के डॉक्यूमेंट्स या इस तरह के मुआहदे मौजूद हैं जिसमें ये कहा गया कि ख़वातीन को उनके हकूक़ दिए जाएं और उनको मर्दों और ख़वातीन के साथ एक बराबरी का सलूक किया जाए. इसके बावजूद देखा गया कि माशरों में मुख्तलिफ़ जगहों पर मुख्तलिफ़ ममालिक में दुनिया के मुख्तलिफ़ रीजन्स में ऐसा नहीं हो रहा. The nature and meaning of sex-based discrimination is described in this document. State obligations are laid out for elimination of discrimination and for achieving substantive equality. It lays out in 16 substantive articles the specific obligations of states to eliminate discrimination against women in political, social, economic and cultural fields. Civil as well as political rights are covered in the convention. So हम ये देखते हैं कि बहुत कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव किस्म का एक डॉक्यूमेंट या कन्वेंशन है जिसके अंदर मुख्तलिफ पहलुओं से औरतों के हकूक़ की बात की गई है और ना सिर्फ हकूक़ की बल्कि हकूक़ के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ की. The rights that it is talking about include the right to vote, to participate in public life, to acquire, change or retain one's nationality, equality before the law and the freedom of movement, and economic, social and cultural rights, which include rights to education, right to work, health and financial credit. So हम ये देखते हैं कि बैनुल अक़वामी सतह के ऊपर इस तरह के बहुत से मुआहदे मौजूद हैं, बहुत से दस्तावेज़ात मौजूद हैं जिनके ऊपर मुख्तलिफ दुनिया के मुख्तलिफ ममालिक के सरबराहान ने या उनके नुमाइंदों ने दस्तखत किए हुए हैं तो वो उसको अपने मुल्क में लागू करेंगे और उनका इस्तेमाल वैसे ही करेंगे जिस तरह से कि उनको तजवीज़ किया गया. मगर हम देखते हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं पे कोई ना कोई कमी रह जाती है. दुनिया के मुख्तलिफ ख़ित्तों में हमें दिखाई देता है कि औरतों का वो मकाम नहीं है जैसा कि वहाँ पर मर्दों का मकाम है, या यूँ कह लीजिए कि उनका वो मकाम नहीं है जो कि इन दस्तावेज़ात के मुताबिक होना चाहिए. बहरहाल कोशिश के ज़रिए, तालीम और अवेयरनेस के ज़रिए, आगाही के ज़रिए हालात को हम पहले से बेहतर बना सकते हैं.